City Hall reporter. Good morning, Nick Pistor.
Good morning, McGraw.
Let's talk about what happened yesterday, because this is really kind of convoluted. The Southern Illinois, offered the federal government free land, so the city had to sort of match that free land offer?
Well, they didn't have to, but they did. So, Illinois for more than a year offered free land. It's a little easier for them to do so because they have wide open, farm ground near Scott Air Force Base. St. Louis came back here at the last minute, and they're now announcing that they're going to offer the land up in North City, which they have to do a lot of things to. They got to remove a lot of houses. They're going to do a lot of environmental remediation. They have to do all kinds of things. They're going to offer that land for free to the government as well.
How is the city and the county and the state going to pay for all that?
Well, it's interesting. The state, it's largely coming from state money. It's $130 million that the state is willing to pump into this. It's through TIF financing. They're going to essentially divert the withholding tax that the taxpayers pay there, as well as the 1% earnings tax that everyone pays. Is going to actually, half of that tax is going to go back into this project to remove all these houses and do all the things that they need to do and offer it for free.
I know the governor was there. I know Blunt was there. I know the mayor was there. It seems like, unlike the football stadium, this is a bipartisan front, if you will.
Yes, it's a big project. It involves 3,000 jobs. It involves well-paying jobs, and it's a $1.7 billion project, and it's investing in the future. However, at some point, I don't know how the economics work. At some point, it becomes not as lucrative when you're giving away all the tax money that it would generate. It's a walled-off complex. It's going to be up in North City where they want to move it to. At some point, you just kind of wonder, when does it all work out evenly, and that remains to be seen.
It's a great point. If you're a spy agency and you're in turn dealing with top secret 3D imaging, are you going to leave and go to a Subway sandwich down the street for lunch, or is it going to be an enclosed compound where you just go in there, leave, and then go home at the end of the day?
Yeah, and that's, I've been down to the facility. It's currently located south of Anheuser-Busch, and, you're down there in the morning. You can see the cars line up because it takes forever for them to get in there because they got to go through the security checkpoints, which is different than almost any other employer. So a lot of times people just don't like to leave because it takes forever to get in and out. And so I'm not sure it's going to spur all types of, gas stations and things like that, because none of that really exists where it currently is.
And
I don't know if you're going to see, Panera and all those people, trying to get up there.
Right.
Mayor Slay's trying to use the millennial angle.
Yeah, and that may be the best angle that they have, in the sense that younger people like to be in cities. They like to be in densely populated urban environments. Scott Air Force Base is not that. So I guess they're looking at the workforce of the future, since this is a computer type of a job. This is not necessarily your traditional, Army-based job or Air Force-based job. That it belongs more in an urban center. However, in the past, when they decided to move the eastern headquarters of the NGA, they moved it to an Army base in suburban Virginia. And I think a lot of people are wondering, is that going to happen here again? Are they going to go to the Air Force Base here in Illinois? And that really is the big question, and that's the question that's facing the NGA director, Robert Cardillo, who was here on Friday. He visited St. Louis. He visited Scott Air Force Base. And he's going to make the ultimate decision, and I think we'll have an idea on April 1st what that decision is. If he does move it to Illinois, a lot of things are going to be up in the air here in St. Louis. It's going to be a big blow to Mayor Francis Slay, who will have a couple of now major losses under his belt.
You're talking about the Rams, then you're talking about this mapping agency, and then he's staring at this earnings tax vote coming up here.
Well, and there's been a whole host of the minimum wage thing that never happened, the bond issue that failed last year. there's a whole string of them.
Nick Pistor, you interrupted me, so I forgot my brilliant question that I was going to ask you, which is, let me try and get it back here in just a second, which was, I forgot. Shoot. All right.
I hate when that
I'm
happens.
embarrassed to be on this show. Cut his mic. Nick Pistor, we can read all about it, stltoday.com. Thanks for checking in, my friend.
All right, bye.
You got it. Nick Pistor, St. Louis Post-Dispatch reporter who was sitting 1 foot from me when Nancy Grace kicked me off her show.